And it's true. Like I've gone through so much in the last like 5 plus years, and it's fucking aggravating. And then to read the fucking report of fucking things uh, that came out today, I believe it was, the police report about fucking Canada and fucking organized crime and drugs, and they had a picture on the front. And it was all the drugs they busted out in BC and a bunch of guns, and it was like stacks of fucking drugs and fucking money and guns, and it was just like wow. But when you read the article, it talked about how, Ontario and British Columbia, Ontario being where I'm from, they're the main producers of meth that's locally sourced, not the stuff that's being brought in, the stuff that's made in house, if you know what I mean. So the biggest, Ontario and BC, the biggest meth labs going, right? And that's kind of scary when you look at things. That's kind of right scary, And then, like I said in those other videos about fucking, fucking meth heads trying to fuck with you and fucking scam artists and murder. And what the technique they use is called strong arming, because once they get their money, once you do, if you agree to meet them and pay them, they're then gonna say, now it's this much every fucking so often. They basically are looking for an income and turning you into their fucking little slave, pretty much, right? It's blackmail, and then it's strong arm. That's what they'll do. I can imagine. I don't doubt one bit. It's a technique that they use in jail too. When somebody brings drugs into jail, now it's more. Now it's more. Or I'll rat you out, kind of thing, right? And that's what they do. So, anyways, back to this report on the year-long fucking, or over the last couple of years. The report actually went on to include the fact that, while the general population, get it, Gen Pop, prison. So while the general population was going through, for lack of another better word, because it was the only word used in the news, lockdown for COVID, the criminal underground, organized crime, bikers, mafia, and fucking street gangs were padding their fucking supply chains of drugs, guns, and fucking probably distribution fucking techniques or fucking routes or whatever. Who knows, right? You know, they go on to say all this stuff in there, and you're looking at it like, wow. So we were under lockdown, and the government once again enforcing rules on you and I, doing nothing, and the whole while having that be the main focus. Organized crime is like, whoop, right behind them, fucking going right behind them, fucking, like I said, padding their fucking supply chains and fucking supply network of fucking illegal guns. And fucking all kinds of stuff. It was quite the report. It was quite the actual damning report of Canada's fucking lack thereof fucking police stuff, Like, fuck. And they all will cry fucking lack of funding. Well, I mean, if you don't have the funding or the resources and stuff, like, maybe you should hand over your guns and your vests to the citizens of these towns that you say you police. That way, they can fucking decide who fucking, and be like, okay, we know who they all are. The cops ain't doing nothing about it. Why do they deserve a gun? Why do they deserve a vest? Why do they deserve a car? Oh, right. To keep you in check from standing up for yourself. Welcome to Canada, prison country of the most disgusting filth. And when you look at everything, lockdown, we're putting you under lockdown, putting you under lockdown. It was lockdown, it was lockdown, it was lockdown. Yeah. You truly look at everything, you living in a prison, son. This bitch is about slavery. I'll tell you right fucking now. But, yeah. Just a guy out there that says, an unwillingness to do their job. Ontario seems to be meth county fucking Canada, and same with BC. So I mean, like, whip-de-doo-dah, right? Meth fucking central.